What is up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to Pirates Live 412. Mason Spesky, your host. Tonight we're going to recap for you the Pirates' 9-7 defeat at the hands of the Cincinnati Reds. Was this the worst loss of the season? Well, it depends on what you mean by worst. But yeah, you could say that because it kind of was in a way. We had a lead with 2 strikes.
Don't put Andy in the situation.
That's the North Shore 9. I listen to them sometimes, so shout out to the North Shore 9. But anyway, you have 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. You're winning, and you lose the game. You could say this was the worst loss of the year, because it probably was. I still think the Phillies' Friday night loss was the worst loss of the year. That's just me, though. But you can definitely make an argument for this one, because in a way, like I said, again, it kind of was. You should have never freaking lost this game. Let's talk about the game itself first, how the runs were scored. It was so ugly out. It was raining and rained the entire game. A lot of booing. Just not a fun day. Not a fun day. First inning, the scoring starts with Sal Stewart homering to right field, making it 1-0 Cincinnati. Third inning as well, Sal Stewart reaches on an infield single to third, scoring Jose Trevino. This makes it 2-0. Bottom of the third, Brandon Lau answers right back on a homer to right field, scoring Triolo and Mangum. It is now 3-2 Pirates. I feel pretty good at this point because we're in this game and we have somewhat of control, and that made me feel better. Bottom of the fourth, Jared Triolo singles to left field, scoring Endy Rodriguez. It is now 4-2 Pirates. Again, I'm feeling pretty darn good. Top of the 5th inning, Edwin Arroyo doubles to left field, scoring Dane Myers. This made it 4-3. The Reds now have some life. Top of the 5th, Edwin Arroyo again scores on an error. Sal Stewart saving first on the fielding error by the second baseman Brandon Lau. This makes it a 4-4 game. Top of the 6th now, Jose Trevino singles to right field, scoring Novelli Marte and Spencer Steer. This sends Myers to third. It is now 6-4 Reds. At this point, I am not feeling good. The Reds have scored now 4 unanswered, and I'm not feeling it. Bottom of the 7th inning, Brandon Lau once again with the scoring. Hits a sac fly to center field, scoring Jared Triolo. This makes it 6-5. So I'm starting to get some hope, but not really. In the 7th, then I get a little more hope back when Ryan O'Hearn singles to right field, scoring Brian Reynolds and sending Nicky G to third. This ties the game at 6. I'm feeling fine now. But it doesn't help. It gets worse. Or it gets better. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused here. I'm just very tired. But it gets better as in the bottom of the 8th inning, as Emmanuel Valdez, the magician, gets to do his famous bird flop or whatever it is because he hits a deep bomb to right center field for 81 feet to be exact, making it 7-6 Pirates. We're 3 outs away from getting a big win and putting ourselves on track. Gregory Soto says not so much. With 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on for the Reds, you want Eugenio Suarez, who I wanted the Pirates to sign so freaking bad this offseason and they didn't, hits a homer to right field, scoring Edwin Arroyo and J.J. Bleday. The Reds are now up 9-7. Cincinnati, Petty, is it Chase Petty or? Chase Petty, yeah. Shuts us down. Hang on a minute. This guy's only 2 years older than me. Wow. That's funny. I'm 21, he's 23. Chase Petty shuts us down. We lose 9-7. The Reds improve to 39-42. The Pirates fall to 41-42. Caleb Ferguson earns the win for the Reds, improving to 1-0. Gregory Soto takes the loss, falling to 4-2. And Chase Petty gets the save, his first. This game was the perfect storm. If we win this game, you hear nothing. But because we lost it, you hear everything. And I think it's important we talk about some things. Number one, the weather was crappy today. Oh, well, you're going to have those kind of days. I'm not concerned about the weather in the least. It rained. Period. Point blank. End of story. Number two, I'm going to listen to what Jared Jones had to say after the game when I'm done with this. I was obviously at the game. Side in, watched it on TV. However, first of all, I think it's petty and ignorant of the television cameras to show him and Andy disagreeing over something. Second off, I think that some of these pitchers have attitudes, specifically Jones, that are more of a burden than they are good. And I'm not thrilled about it. The problem is that Skeens has way too much power here. I've read on Twitter, Jones may have a bad attitude. And this is just X. So, people say whatever the heck they want. So take what I'm saying from X as a grain of salt. This is not me saying it. This is just me reading or telling you what I'm reading. Jones's attitude is pathetic. That I can agree with. You don't tell the team, I will only pitch in the rotation. I will not pitch out of the bullpen. You're coming off an injury that sidelined you for a year and a half. You don't get to tell the managers what to do. And that is the problem I have with our managers. He lets people tell him what to do. You could bang him around like a drum, and he still wouldn't care. He's just going to sit in the dugout and act like it's your birthday. Because that's who he is. He has his personality. It just... I'm about over this manager. He's a great man. He's a great Christian. He's a great follower of Christ. And I love that about him because I feel like I'm all those things. And if you don't think I am, then come talk to me. We'll have a good discussion and debate. But that's beside the point. Don Kelly is a very good person, like I just said. He's an extremely good role model. And obviously I'm a Pitt student. A lot of people in the sports media world and a lot of people in general say the same thing about our basketball coach, Jeff Capel. And I do believe it. I actually was fortunate enough to meet Jeff Capel once. I was at a women's basketball game. It was Pitt girls women's basketball against Miami of Florida women's basketball. Pitt was playing Miami. It was when the Cavendish twins were there. And I walked up into the concourse to go get lunch, and Capel was right there. It was a super sweet, short and sweet interaction, but he was a very nice guy. The point being is this. Some people he was under intense scrutiny after the season, and a lot of people, including myself somewhat, were calling for him to be fired. And a lot of people said that it was likely he was going to get fired. And when they said it was likely he was going to get fired, they said he's a good guy and he's a good man and he's a good role model, but he simply has not gotten the job done yet at Pitt. And that's very true. He's been here 8 years and he hasn't got the job done. I kind of feel the same way in the same terms that people used to describe Capel about Don Kelly. That's why I'm saying this. Because he's a good guy. He's a great Christian. He's a great father, I'm sure. He's a great husband, I'm sure. But he simply has not got the job done this year with our best roster. And that's problematic to me. And I think it's because the players, especially Paul Skeens, have way too much power. This pitching staff has talent, but their talent shouldn't mean they get to put their egos above the team. And I feel like Jared Jones did that today. And I'm very disappointed in Jared. He needs to be better. He needs to apologize tomorrow. And then they maybe need to start Carmen during his next start. This is bigger than one person. You can't freak out like that in the dugout on somebody unnecessarily. And same on the TV cameraman as well. Shame on the TV cameraman and shame on Sportsnet Pittsburgh for doing that. Like, that's totally inappropriate. And whoever flashed that camera there should get suspended or disciplined as well. Shame on them both. The second is the bullpen. It's a nightmare. It is so hard in baseball to have a good bullpen. It really is. The same thing that is happening to us is also happening in Washington. They blew 3 leads this week against the Phillies. The Pirates and Nationals are in similar spots. They're a young team. They're coming out of a rebuild. They have good pitching, starting pitching, which Washington kind of does. Strong hitting, strong just culture, which Pittsburgh does have a strong culture. But they can't finish games out. And that's why rebuilding takes so much time. Like, it takes time to put it all together. Like, it's not like the NFL, like, where all you need is a good quarterback and you're fine. You need more than that. You gotta have a good bullpen. This bullpen has been disappointing. Just try something different. Like, these are the same guys night in and night out. They haven't got the job done. It's time to make some calls. Like, I talk about him every week on my weekly show. We have Connor freaking Griffin. Why do we need more middle infielders and shortstops in Class High A? It is completely unnecessary to have 3 starting. Like, there's a point where in 2029, we could have potentially 3 freaking shortstops. We don't need 3 shortstops. So why not try to do something and go win now and get somebody that can help you win now? That's what you dang well ought to do. It's time to do it. I'm not going to rant much more about this bullpen. I'm not going to rant much more about Bill Murphy. I'm not going to rant about the manager because it's the same thing time and time again with these people. Like, it's almost like death, taxes, and the Pirates bullpen losing a game. That's what it is at this point. Death, taxes, and a bad bullpen performance. That's the 2026 Pirates. That's the 2026 Pirates. And that's how I'm going to conclude this. We're already at 13 minutes. I don't feel like ranting much longer. So my parting words for tonight are this. Death, taxes, and the bullpen blowing leads. That's all I'm going to leave you with. If we lose tomorrow, the season's pretty much over. July's not going to be pretty, I don't think. If we could stay in the hunt and be 500 coming out of July, I'll be happy because August and September aren't as miserable, especially September. July's going to be brutal, though. It's either sink or swim at this point. And tomorrow, if we lose tomorrow's game, we'll be in prime position to sink. And with the investment, the passing, and the sacrifices made this offseason, that'll be incredibly disappointing. And 5 weeks from Monday is the deadline. I don't want to be listening in 30 days from now to Ben Cherington saying, we have to start preparing for 2027 or 2028. This nonsense got to stop. The loser mentality's got to stop. The joking around has got to stop. Something has to change. And honestly, even if we miss the playoffs, unless we completely collapse and go like 70 and 92 or anything below 75 and 97 or whatever, 75 and 87, I'm sorry, 75 and 87, I think Charrington's back. And here's why. His contract expires at the end of 2027. If we find some way somehow to make the playoffs, he gets extended. If we miss the playoffs, He comes back, and it's 2027 or 2028, whatever it is the playoffs their best year. And if we lose the whole 2027 season, they'll just let him go. They won't renew his contract. If we miss the playoffs, I highly doubt his contract gets renewed. But I highly doubt he gets fired. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that you've got to take a look at the whole organization right now. Things don't seem as healthy as they could be. This team is more talented than its record. This team could probably have around 47, 48, 49 wins. It doesn't, and that's not good. There's baseball. There's other good teams as well. I completely understand that and believe that. We got to be better, though. Got to be better. We were on the right track. We have the pieces. It's time to turn this around. Get healthy and recover fast. That's all I have for tonight, guys. We're at 16 minutes. I'm getting tired, so that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the pregame show. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace and God bless. See you guys tomorrow morning for the pregame show. Bye. Good night.